What's up there, Misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back. If you've been hanging out for a while, I know the channel's been kind of quiet, but I'm hoping these Zodiac season guides do help y'all and tide you over while I haven't been doing these, the regular Zodiac readings. So, again, I don't know if I'm going to end up doing them or not. I'm kind of just flowing with it, you know, doing stuff as I'm called to do it. So we'll see how that flows throughout the rest of the year. Who knows? Who knows at this point? Like, it's all a little up in the air. So waiting on direction and all that jazz. Anyways, well, I've got your attention. Go ahead and look at the disclaimer over here on the side of your screen. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to in order to read that. If you are down, stick around. If not, this is a good time to exit stage left, okay? So, cardinal signs. When I was shuffling your oracle cards that go with this reading, you ended up with two lesson cards for this season. So it's either going to be two primary groups of you that are going to come out in this particular storyline, and or it's just two really important lessons that you're going to be learning over the process of Taurus season. Okay, so one that came oh my gosh, I can talk. One that came out that flipped over as I was shuffling for you is love. And it's really interesting because for the last like couple weeks, music and artists that have like a deep connection to my childhood, like back in 1993, have been coming up. And so when this card flipped over, what I started hearing was I believe it's H-Town. It's a thin line between love and hate. I will make sure I link that down in the description box for you. I don't know if that has any relevance. I don't know if it's even gonna make any kind of appearance in this reading, but that's what I heard, okay? So that's a message for some of you out there. Alright, so that is all I got. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up your cards, get them on the board. In the meantime, maybe I'll play some fun little music or something here to keep us all entertained so you don't have to listen to me breathing. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Wands for you, cardinal signs, okay? So, sorry, let me adjust my leg here. I like this setup, but it's a little weird trying to, oh, did you see my sock there? Aren't they cute? Anyways, okay, so, love is absolutely on the brain. Cardinal signs, okay? And you know what? I think that there is a partnership coming in that you were not expecting, and it's going to take off in confirmation, and it's going to be incredibly successful. Okay, there's something about the moon energy being flipped on its head, because that's come out both times with the readings that I've done today. Okay, so I feel like whatever secrets, like maybe secret crush that maybe someone had on you, maybe even information about someone who's interested in you, secret admirer type energy is what I'm picking up here. at the end of the day, this is a beautiful freaking reading that I'm seeing right here. Um, so let me go through the cards with you. We have the Star. We have the Four of Cups. We have the World. Slow down just a little bit. I always do that really fast. We have the Moon. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Cups. And then we have the Sun and the Ace of Cups coming out together. Okay, I really like this. This is like super saucy of a reading. Hells to the yeah. Okay. So your tipping point again is the moon. So there's something about the moon energy specifically. For some of you, some of this may come to pass or begin to start. You'll start to see some traction in this particular, this particular storyline with the Taurus new moon that we have coming up here very shortly in May. So, again, even though I'm mentioning a date, these readings are timeless, okay? So I would say look to the next major moon cycle from whenever you watch this reading. The argument can even be made because of the basically the planetary bodies that are bookending your reading is that this is eclipse energy. Okay? So I would say the solar eclipse, like the lunar eclipse is going to activate something. It's going to activate a very specific ending that's emotional in nature for you. But it's whatever this thing is that you're kind of being forced to release with this particular moon cycle, the nearest one coming up, it's necessary in order for you to shine. Okay, it's like that scenario of where you're trying to navigate something and things are very cloudy because your emotions are not stabilized as well as they could be at this moment. And it could have to do with the fact that this thing is ending. So what you're not seeing long term here is that this you're going to get wish fulfillment because you're letting this thing go, whatever it is, okay? And I feel like whatever it is, it may be something that a lot of people don't know about. Okay, so whatever that is for you. And then so like I said, that's activated during the lunar eclipse. Okay, so when we get to the solar eclipse, that's when the wheel turns for you, and I feel like this love comes in. All right, that was a lot, and I didn't even flip this over yet. So your theme, beautiful, personal growth. That's interesting. I feel like did y'all get this last season as well? In Aries season? You'll have to let me know. But okay, so that explains what's happening. The lunar eclipse is taking away those last bits of energies that you may still be holding on to that are actually stagnating your growth, okay? And I would say that this is something, again, I feel like this is something that's very personal to you, very emotionally triggering, for lack of a better word, for you, okay? Again, it isn't something that a lot of people know. And it's not giving me, it may be something in the clarifiers will come up for this, because it's not telling me what this secret emotional issue is that you're letting go. It's just telling me that there is one and that it's necessary so that you can navigate. Okay? You can't see like your exit lane, if that makes sense. Like if you look at the Wheel of Fortune as, a highway. Okay? Like we'll even say it's a circular highway with a whole bunch of different exits on it. and it's foggy as you're driving around, right? So it's like, because it's foggy because you're still holding on to whatever this is, and once you let that go, the fog clears and you can see what exit you need to get off on so that you can get into alignment with this partnership that's trying to come in. So let's look at clarifiers, because at this point it's just kind of repeating itself. Okay, so sorry, I had a slight interruption there to get back in the groove here. So I want to look at, for clarifiers, the Four of Cups in the World. And then I want to look at the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I feel like what you were secretly giving up is something that you poured a lot of yourself into. It was a seed that you planted. I feel like you might have put a lot on the line to okay, so I feel like this is something that you, oh my God. Okay, wow. Talk about distractions upon distractions upon distractions. So that's really interesting in and of itself, cardinal signs. The fact that I was distracted at least 3 times as soon as I was getting to the clarifiers in your reading. So, as I was saying before I had to stop the camera for the 3rd time, this is something that you've poured a lot of yourself into. I feel like you, like the blood being planted with the acorn here is, it tells me that this is something that you invested a lot of energy into, with the intention and hope that it would be something that's long lasting, like an oak tree. So something that would survive you, creating a legacy of some sort. And I feel like this is something that a significant amount of time has been spent on as well. So 9 months to 4 years is kind of what I've got for that, okay? But I feel like whatever this is, it is coming to an end. Okay, it's an emotional one here with the King of Water at the bottom of the deck. But like I said, this is something. Okay. Okay. So, seriously. So if I'm supposed to take things that happen during readings as any type of symbolism or sign of what's about to play out, what I want to say is that there's going to be a lot of distractions to try to keep you from releasing whatever this is that you need to let go of. Okay? Because literally, even just trying to read that energy, like 4 different distractions. Wow. Wow. So, heavy interference, okay? And I'm seeing that more on the end of you trying to get to this place so the wheel can turn. So it's almost like right when you're about to go through a pretty significant part of your ascension, like either when you're like timeline jumping or like quantum leaping, that type of thing, like everything will get in your way to try to keep you where you are so that you don't elevate. Okay, so that's a lot of what I'm kind of seeing here. And just picking up in the energy, trying to do your freaking reading. So, what I see is progression here. Okay. like literally what I'm seeing is progression. So, you know, these seeds have been, germinating for a very, very long time. Okay. But what I do feel like is when this wheel turns, that's when harvest comes in. Now, um, the one thing that's always kind of trippy to me about this card is the fact that this particular character is uh, effectively tied to this little barrier thing. I don't know what this is called at all. But the key is around their neck, and all they have to do is use the key to unlock the lock to get rid of all this weight that's on their shoulders, okay? So that they can fully appreciate and take advantage of the harvest that they have. And I feel like this is, again, it's part of this letting go energy that you are being encouraged to embody, okay? So I'm going to get one more card on this. I have no idea how long the reading is going to be because I've had to stop the camera like 4 times. So I hope it's not too long. But I hope regardless of the length, you do get something out of it, okay? So one more, please. Whoops. There we go. Okay, heaven and earth. With desire at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so what this is telling me, for starters, is that this person who's coming in, this is someone who will literally move heaven and earth for you. So I feel like this particular partnership that's coming in, cardinal signs, is not something that you have experienced before in the terms of support, okay? But I do feel like this is true love, true romantic love that is coming in for you here with the Sun and the Ace of Cups. Now, remember, the Ace is just a seed. It doesn't guarantee anything. So it's worth mentioning to you to be hyper cognizant that you don't get in your own way, okay? And the best way to do that is just to focus on releasing this, okay? And let the universe do the rest. So let's look at your message for the season, and it says discover your superpower, access 100% of your mojo. And this is a master number 33 that is on this card. So for some of you, it's like getting back into your body, okay? And I don't know if I said this in your video already, because again, the interruptions kind of mess with the flow there. But this is something that I channeled for the month of May, okay? That getting back into our body and paying attention to how we feel is going to go a long way to leaping us ahead for the things that are kind of coming down the pipeline, some of the energy that's coming down the pipeline. And a lot of it is good. I would even say a good portion of it is what you would consider good and high vibrational, but there are some ickier things, some ickier energies that I also picked up coming down the pipeline. So go ahead and read that if this is resonating for you. There might be some additional messages in there for you, okay? But what I am seeing is that this person does have a deep desire for you. I think this is in a position where both of you have been wounded. So there is an issue of knowing how to move forward with each other if this is someone that you know or that you've been involved with before. For others of you, if this is a new person, you've both been wounded, so it's a matter of making sure that you remain open and receptive to the love that each of you has to give, okay? I also am picking up that this person, I think, has always been an ally for you. Like, I feel like this is probably somebody that you know, but maybe not necessarily someone that you have been involved with for most people. I think there's a small subset of people who this is a person that you've been involved with in some fashion or another before. For others of you, this is just a friend. Okay. Either way, this person is an ally. They are on your side. They fight for you as hard as you fight for you, as I like to say, okay? But this person loves themselves, okay? Which means they are capable of also loving you too. But you've got to love yourself enough to let this go so that the wheel can turn for you. All right, so let's look at your soul lessons. So, like I said, love was the one that popped up face up. This says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, which is kind of self-explanatory. It helps for personal growth. And then your second card is growth. Okay, it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So I think there's going to be growth in love specifically for you. Cardinal signs, whether that's with a current partner or that's with someone old or someone new. I feel like there's growth that is happening in this area of your life because you're letting go of the dead weight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and call that here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this helped. Remember, your peace is your power, and I'll see you next time. Bye.